What is going on, everybody? Thank you for coming to the Believes Crypto channel. We want to talk real quick about what's going on in the crypto market because we are a few hours away from the CPI report and nothing has been leaked. We don't have the September data yet. Generally speaking, we will get a leak when there's bad information. So that begs the question, what information are we going to get? This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid.
All right, guys, we're looking at the overall market here, and what we are seeing and witnessing right now is basically just more sideways action. And I know what you're probably thinking. It's just been sideways action forever. Well, yeah, and it's going to continue to be that. You can look at the day chart over here, and you can just really kind of see that this is all we've had for an extended period of time. This is what we are. This is what we're doing right now. Part of this is because of uncertainty in the market, whether it be what's going on in conflicts, whether it be what's going on in finance. There's too much uncertainty in the market, and the markets do not like uncertainty. So what we're looking at right now is, where is the CPI leak? And I posted here a little while ago so that people understood. It's very simple. If there was a leak and the CPI data was leaked, an actual leak, then that would mean that they are preparing for the market to have a major problem. But there's been no leak up to this point, and the places that usually get the leak, they're closed. Wall Street Journal, it's already closed for the day. So we're not getting the leak. We're seeing people now suddenly put out these end of day fake leaks, but those are not real leaks. They're going to cause the market to make some moves, maybe, as people gather their information. But what we're looking at overall is just a guess point. So what does that do for the market? Well, it's very simple. We're looking at year-over-year numbers, and what we're expecting right now. We're expecting on a monthly basis, the CPI is expected to rise by 0.2. The headline is expected at 8.1 year on year versus 8.3 in August, which is a decline of 0.2%. But the core is expected to be 6.5 versus 6.3. Core CPI excludes volatile food and energy prices. So we're seeing a tick up in everything else by 0.2. But we're seeing a decline in the overall market when you include food and energy prices. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we're probably due for a little bit more sideways action. But here's where it gets really interesting. ANZ now expects the core CPI to rise by 0.5 in mid-September. Lower energy prices should result in headline inflation increasing by 0.3. So instead of an 8.3, they're predicting an 8.6. Or I should say, instead of an 8.1, they're predicting an 8.6. Commerce Bank is predicting basically the same thing. ING is looking at a 0.4 increase. Their TDS is looking at a 0.5 increase. The Deutsche Bank is looking at an 8.1 with a core at 6.5. So they're matching the market as it is right now. SocGen is going with an 8.3 on the headline. Core rate 0.5 increase. So a significant increase in the core prices. Headline prices here plus 0.2. And listen, the important point to this all is that none of these people are ever right. They're always just kind of guessing. So we really don't know what it's going to. So all of these things, and we see it all right here. Citibank is predicting 0.2 and 0.05 on the core prices. So you can see that the expectation is already in. Now, the question is what to do with that data. Well, the answer to that, in fact, is we've already priced this in. So if you come over here and you look at this area right here, this is when we were preparing for everything. So the dip that we're expecting has already been priced in. The question is, where do we go from here? If we wake up in the morning and we get a 7.9, which is being expected by several different sources, if we come in with a 7.9, far beating what we were expecting, then we are going to be looking at a very nice run. If, however, we start getting in the 8.5, if we get a 0.5 increase from our 8.3 number up to 8.8, then that will mean that nothing that the Fed has been doing so far has really been working, despite that there are still jobs, despite that there are still positives when you look around the economy, you take an honest look. Despite all that, we are going to be headed way, way down with expectations that the Dow could bleed another 5% almost immediate. And that would probably not sit well with the rest of the world's markets. Now, if the number comes back in a positive fashion, then remember that there are going to be very nervous investors who are going to be moving their money around, and they're going to be thinking about different reasons to be nervous. So if you're an investor, don't let it get scary. Don't get scared. This is the market right now where we're about to find out what we're all made of. If we do get a significant downside, then all you have to do at this point is really just kind of zoom out and look at where you are and look at where you could go. And in the next couple of hours, as we see right here, the 13th, this is about where the data is going to come out. So right here is going to be about the spot where if, no matter what happens tonight, we're going to get that data, and we are going to end up probably around this spot right here. We may even go back below it and test the bottom. And I mean, there's a long bottom that we're going to end up testing. So be very alert, set your stop losses accordingly, and manage this process. Now, same thing can be said over here. Ethereum, we're probably not going to see the same break that we're seeing right now. We've seen this sort of fight here at 1300 for a long period of time, because if you're following Andrew Cochran on Twitter, then you also know that he's been pointing out that there are several whales in FTX right now who are holding the support line at 1300. The problem is they're running out of money. They're running out of money. Then that means that they are willing to risk significant amounts of money in order to stop what would probably be a catastrophic loss for them by some more downside, because it would probably liquidate them. And that being the case, they're not looking forward to it. On the other hand, if we start to see some good news happen, then you can expect to see 1400 by close of business tomorrow. We'll probably stop for a cup of coffee around 1350 and near 1370, but then we're headed straight up to 1400. That's the way this thing is going to move, because people are going to feel a sense of relief, and they're going to be looking to add a little bit more to their risk portfolio. It's just a matter right now of getting there. So I'm not sure what you think. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, because I'm nervous just like everybody else, but I also I don't mind being wrong. I have a motto. I always tell people I'm always right. Not always right. Always make a good guess based on the information the data provides. CPI is not leaked. That means that the data is probably pretty decent. If it was leaked, it was preparing the market for the worst. That's the way it's worked. It's the way it's always worked, and it's the way it's going to continue working. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleaves. I am always right. You guys be very careful in your trading, and we will see you for an early episode of Breakfast with Bleaves, 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, so we can digest exactly what happened. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get